He's a southpaw. He's the 2012 Olympic gold medalist fighting out of Kiev, Ukraine. Ladies and gentlemen, hailed as one of the best cruiserweights of all time. He's the former undisputed cruiserweight champion of the world, now campaigning at the heavyweight ranks. Please welcome Alexander Usyk. Usyk.
He's here, Johnny.
He
Alexander Usyk is stepping in the ring.
You know, Anna, being at ringside, I mean, just down the side here, people in the know. I don't think there's anybody here that said this is going to be an easy fight. There's so many people say this could be a banana skin, and rightfully so. But it looks in decent shape so far.
He always provides the fans, doesn't he?
It's like he's
so relaxed.
He's entertaining us.
Yes.
Yeah, like you do with a child. You'd entertain a child. To me, I think there's a lot more to him. Yeah, there's a lot more to him than just this. And you can tell in a press conference when he meets a fighter, other fighters, his opponent, he doesn't take what they're doing very seriously. He knows what he's got to do.
He is, let's just remind ourselves, I mean, he's so skillful, pound for pound star, Alexander Usyk, isn't he? Unbeaten in 18 professional fights. This is just his third professional fight at heavyweight, though. AJ said that he thinks he's jumping in at the deep end. Do you think that's the case?
Yeah, I do, yeah. But you've also got to understand that the two introductions against Witherspoon and Chisora at heavyweight, AJ boxes nothing like those guys. So therefore, that might be part of the reason why he's probably underwhelmed stepping up to heavyweight. So we've got to understand that. Maybe AJ would be better off rushing him, jumping on him straight away, so he feels that heavyweight power, speed. But remember, he's got 12 rounds to do that in.
Do you think he will do that? Because that's a risky game plan for Anthony Joshua to do that.
Well, if he's going to do that, it's got to be the second half of the fight. The first half of the fight, he's got to be smart, be assertive, let Usyk know he's in with a big punching heavyweight. That can also be light on his feet. Don't try to match him for boxing technique. And I'm not saying, this guy's outstanding, don't ever try and outbox him, because he can do that. AJ's got to do what he's trained to do and not be hustled out of his game plan.
We know you've been there, you were cruiserweight, you moved up to heavyweight. Tactically, how does that change things for you?
If I'm honest, I actually loved boxing heavyweights. Most cruiserweights can beat most heavyweights up to a certain level. It's when you get to the top 10, you're giving away height, reach, weight, and punch power. That's when you've got a problem. And so Usyk could be forever sparring with heavyweights anyway, especially now. And so people are talking about the weight, people are talking about the size and getting with the heavyweight. It's something he'll be doing anyway. So he'll just be a little faster, a little busier, more unorthodox. It's more fun fighting somebody that might be a little bit slower than you than actually fighting someone that can match you in speed.
Some questions coming in, keep them coming in to us. George2776 says, what chance does Usyk have against all the other top 10 heavyweights? How well do you think he will perform against the likes of White or Wilder? That's an interesting one.
So now it's sort of styles make fights, and as I said, against Witherspoon, against Chisora, he got him with two lumps that would really make him fight for his food, should I say. Now he's in with someone that's going to box fight him. That would suit him better. He'd actually perform better in this fight than he would against those. I know it sounds a bit odd. How would he perform against the other top heavyweights again? If you're talking about your Wilders, you're talking about your Furies, he's got that boxing IQ. But then against your Dylan Whites, he's got to be smart with them. He's got to try and you can't try and out-muscle them. You can out-box them, but don't try and out-muscle them, because they'll have them for dinner.
We last saw Usyk against Joshua, didn't we? What adjustments do you think he'll have to make for Anthony Joshua? Because they're two very, very different fighters.
As I said, I think he'd be comfortable, he'd be more at home fighting Anthony Joshua than he would against Derek Chisora, because he's actually with somebody that will give him space to breathe, will give him space to think, will not put the pressure on him. So don't be hustled. Don't be hustled by what you see. You see a court gesture. distracting you from the real McCoy.
He's an entertainer, isn't he? He's so good at this stuff. But that's not just entertainment, that's the hand-eye coordination. He does a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, but sometimes you try and play the fool to catch the wise, and so you'll see this guy's doing his hand.
I'd like to see you try doing that.
What? I could do it with knives. These are things that he's. You remember that southpaw style? It's a heartbreaker. And if you're a good
how will AJ deal with that, do you think?
I don't think you like southpaws, but you've got to deal with it when it comes into you. Charles Martin was the only southpaw what I can remember that he's had to deal with.
That is right,
and he got rid of him. But I asked him, he said he's like southpaws. You don't have to love him, so he knows what's in front of him. And he's in with a confident guy, a guy that's confident to fight.
Which makes him a dangerous fighter.
Yes, it does. He's very dangerous. He's very matter of fact. He's come over with a team. And if you're coming over and you're not confident within yourself and what you're going to achieve in the ring, you don't bring that many people over to see your downfall. This guy expects to win. And how many fighters, comparing to the other AJ opponents that have tried to get his styles off him, they'll talk the big talk. They make the big noise, but this guy oozes confidence and self-belief.
And he's also got Papachenko back in his corner as well.
He's got a good team with him, and so again, he's put the work in.
What do we learn from that then, Johnny? That looks like that's going to be it.
He's not shown us anything we haven't seen before.
We didn't expect that, though, did we?
Yeah, and I'm quite sure the same will
Ladies
be
and
with
gentlemen, I know
AJ.
you can do better than that. Let's make some noise out here. It's the challenger of Saturday night. He's chasing history. The best cruiserweights of all
Alexander
time.
himself.
Now fighting in the heavyweight ranks Saturday night, the main event, Alexander Usyk.
Very relaxed, very confident. John, we often say a happy fighter is a dangerous fighter, don't we?
And he's a very dangerous fighter. He's the kind of guy that would fight for fun, and this is what he lives for. His style of fight, again, there's not many fighters that fight like him, so therefore that's what makes him dangerous. And here he comes.
Here he comes.
How you doing, my friend? Well,
Alexander, good to see you. You've waited a long time for this fight. What are you expecting and how's training been?
Типа как мой тренировочный лагерь.
Да, ждал долгое время этого боя, как прошла тренировочный лагерь.
Да, очень хороший мой тренировочный лагерь, очень долгие, тяжелые, но очень любимый для меня.
It was very long, very hard, but it was most lovely for me. For him, not for me.
Gathered that. We last saw you against Derek Chisora. What adjustments are you making for Anthony Joshua?
Мы видели тебя с Чесорой, какие изменения, какие подходы изменил для Джошуа.
Это совсем другой боксер. Мы сделали с тренерами очень огромную работу, о которой я сейчас не скажу.
It is completely different fighter. We can't compare it. We did a lot of work with the trainers, but I'm not going to tell you right now.
I don't know if you're going to tell me this either. Where do you see Anthony Joshua's weaknesses?
Где ты видишь его слабости? Джошуа слабости.
Он же будет смотреть, и он узнает, о чем я могу говорить. Это все тренер должен смотреть и мне говорить.
He's going to be watching right now. How can I tell? No, I'm not going to tell. But this is my trainer, is the one who's supposed to watch it and tell me what to do in the ring.
And again, I'll ask you about your game plan. You're not going to give me anything away, but have you thought what happens if Anthony Joshua comes out and tries to box?
Я тебя не буду спрашивать твой план, что ты будешь делать, а что будет случиться, если Антони Джошуа выйдет и начнет с тобой боксировать?
А он что-то другое может еще делать? Он, наверное, и будет со мной боксировать?
Can he do something different instead of a boxing with me?
Yes, he can. He could try and knock you out.
Он может попробовать тебя нокаутировать, а не боксировать.
Все, что он желает, пускай он делает, а я буду делать то, что я буду делать.
Everything what he wants, he can do it. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do.
There's been a lot of talk about the difference in size between yourself and Anthony Joshua. You're giving away height, reach, and size. Does that bother you? Is that going to be an issue? Do you think?
много было разговоров по поводу размера, что он больше, что меньше, и как-то это тебя в чем-то...
Так всю жизнь было. Кто-то был меньше, кто-то был больше. Люди, которые об этом говорят, они не до конца понимают, что происходит. Меня это не беспокоит.
It's all life about it. Everybody talks who is a bigger, who is a smaller, and just nothing bothers me.
You seem to be very happy, you seem to be enjoying the fight week when you're over here. At what moment does it become game time? When does the mask come
Ты
off?
выглядишь очень расслабленный, веселый, тебе все нравится. Когда приходит время, что ты уже понимаешь, что все шутки в сторону?
Так никаких шуток нету, это мой образ каждодневный. Просто в субботу я уже буду более настраиваться на поединок, а так, чем мне грустить, если у меня все замечательно в жизни, все слава богу.
Thanks to God, everything what's going on in my life, everything is good. It's not what I am happy or it's my life, the way I live. And only on Saturday night I'm gonna be more maybe putting together myself.
Well, it's good to see you. I know Johnny Nelson's jealous of the boxing in the ring. He's been impressed with the skills, wanted to get involved.
Yes, slowly but surely. Just one question. Chance Witherspoon, Derek Chisora. At what point do you feel a fully fledged heavyweight? Are you there yet? Are you at the point where you're happy with yourself as a heavyweight?
Он говорит, ты уже 2 прошел с Чесорой, Witherspoon. Ты доволен то, что ты в тяжах?
Я доволен, что я буду боксировать с Энтони.
I am happy about what I'm gonna be fighting with Anthony on Saturday.
It's done. You're not going to get anything out.
No, that's it. Best of luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
Looking forward to the rest of the week. Good
Thank
to see you.
Thanks very much.
We knew that was going to happen, Johnny.
gonna
We
tell
can
you
only
anything.
but try. We can only but try. We're never going to get anything.
My point was what I was trying to make was the fact that I'm teasing Eddie. My point was that I was trying to make was he spoke Chiaz, he spoke Derek, and even after the Chisora fight, he didn't seem happy. He was frustrated with himself.
Yeah.
At what point does he think this will be the night where he thinks, right, I've introduced myself as a heavyweight? Because I'm quite sure he's underwhelmed himself in regards to his performance as that heavyweight. Would this be the night? Would Anthony Joshua be that opponent that brings the best out of him?
Do you know when we're going to find out that answer, Johnny? I think we'll find out afterwards.
No matter what, we are going to find out what kind of heavyweight he's going to be after this fight. Win or lose, we'll find out whether or not he that's where he should be, or there's room for growth, or eventually he's going to be the heir apparent.
Yeah, well, we're waiting for Anthony Joshua. I believe he is here. He's waiting in the wings. It's probably all games, isn't it, Johnny? It's all part of the fun. Make someone wait.
You know what? I love fight week, and we're enjoying the circus. For these guys, they've done nothing but think about each other, dream about each other, eat, prepare for this, and they're probably at this point sick of the sight of each other. So come Saturday night, that's when it all comes out.
Do you think Anthony Joshua is ranking this as his toughest test today?
Rob McCracken knows boxing, and if Anthony Joshua isn't thinking that, Rob McCracken is. So no matter what is heard, you hear from AJ or Rob, they know this is that fight. This is that fight that all the heavyweight fights he's had come to fight nights like this, where all his experiences and the wisdom's got to come to fruition. This is the night, Saturday night.
Because we said this earlier, Usyk's in his prime, he's 34, whereas the likes of Pulev was 40, Klitschko 42, I believe, when you fought him.
Yeah, and that's what I need to get across to the public, that they need to understand that this is, AJ's toughest fight today. He might make an easy job of it, but on paper, I'm telling you now, he's in with the most dangerous opponent in regards to knocking him off his mantle than he can expect.
And now, ladies and gentlemen,
And that's not just dangerous because of his skills, that's also because of how clever he is in the mental side of things, how much he can wear you down.
Fighting out of
and so-
Watford, England, please welcome the reigning, defending, unified, heavyweight champion of the world, AJ Anthony Joshua.
He looks trim, Johnny. Very, very streamlined.
It is, and I like that. He looks slim because he knows he's gonna have his ring stamina when he's fighting a guy like this. He's going to be a gnat. He's going to be somebody that's going to make him work. And so he knows he can't afford to have lulls in the fight where you get in the second wind and your pace drops for 2 or 3 rounds. He needs to be in that position.
I think we forget as well with Anthony Joshua, he's still a work in progress, right? I think everyone just assumes that he's the finished article, and that is not, but he has most definitely made improvements, in particular in his last couple of fights. The rematch with Ruiz, the last fight against Pulev, he proved he can really box.
Well, let's remember, he's been boxing since the age of 18. So, and he's had to cram it all into, he's 31 years old now, 32. He's had to cram it in those 13 years he's been boxing. I don't mean boxing as an amateur and having his first fight at 18. He started boxing at 18. So that pedigree, that ingrained pedigree, that ingrained boxing, he's not like Usyk, who's probably been doing this from being a boy. And so it's part of his DNA. So, and what AJ has achieved in this space of time is mad, it's unbelievable. So now this is his acid test. He's up against somebody that boxing is ingrained in him. And so if anybody, if you're doubting AJ's legitimacy, this fight will tell you whether or not you should doubt him or not.
Like I said, we did see different sides to Anthony Joshua's game, especially in the Pulev and the Ruiz rematch. What version of AJ do you think we'll see on Saturday?
I think he'll listen to instructions to a T. I think he'll draw on all his experience, and there won't be any mistakes. He knows he can't afford any mistakes, and he's got to go in there mentally strong, physically strong, emotionally strong, and have all of that belief as well. There's no room for error. There's no room to say, I'm learning. This is it. This is the night.
Since that Ruiz loss, do you feel like his confidence is fully back?
Yeah. It's like falling off a horse. Once you've fallen off, you've done it. Ouch, that hurt. Now get back on it again. Now that's happened, and that O's gone. The pressure's off him. He can just get on with fight and think, right, you know what? I'll take the stick. Now I've come back. Look what I've done.
That looks like it is. Is that a
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, the reigning,
He wants to do as little. You know these. You want to do as little as possible.
You don't want to give anything away.
Nothing. So you think I ain't doing nothing. You're contracted to do this.
Joshua.
That's it.
Saturday night main event.
That's your lot, Johnny.
Miss it.
Is it all part of the game as well? If say like Usyk doesn't give us much, he'll give us even less.
Yeah, but fighters don't like doing this. They don't like. I remember, boxing abroad, they make you do these things. You think, I really don't want to do it, but I'll show up. You do as little as possible, just to give the fans, just to give the media something, just to remind everybody what they've got to look forward to. What they've got to look forward to.
Here he comes. Oh, this is lovely to see.
Yeah, this young man here, he's known him since he was about 4 years old. So
Cheers, mate.
that's nice. That's big money. You all right? You good?
Hello.
How are you?
We've got 2 for the price of 1.
This is young Frank.
Yeah. Who have we got here?
Frankie Hayes.
Hello, Frankie. Nice to see
Repton
you.
Boxing Club.
New manager?
I'll be managing him.
The manager.
Oh, good
But
to
I've
see.
known him for years. He's been around the boxing circuit from York Hall days. How old are you now?
I'm 12.
12. So you must have been about when you were like 6 years old, 5 years old. His mum does a great job with him.
So 5 week time, how you feeling?
Well, I look at it as like camp. Fight week can be a week where you can lose yourself a bit. Obviously, you've got to taper down, you've got media commitments, but for me, it's just another day in camp, really. So, cool.
All the hard work's gone.
Yeah, this is just like us sitting down outside on them stools having a chat about what it's like to
Chewing
live in
the fat.
Yorkshire.
It's good though, isn't it? Full fight weeks back, full activities, and on Saturday night, 60,000 fans are going to be in Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It's going to be a pretty special night.
Yeah, I like to. Look, I've worked out already today, so I don't want to go out there and start sweating and over.
We didn't see much.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to go out there and overwork myself. I'd rather come out here and mingle with the people. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'd love to do on a public workout. Maybe like a public meet and greet rather than a workout for me.
You're looking very streamlined, very
Why do
trim.
people think that?
Because you look it, you do. You look very well, very streamlined.
Thank you very much.
Did you see anything of Usyk? Or were you interested?
Do you know what? I wanted to use tennis balls to be fair, but he'd gone.
See, I said he
You
could
said
do
watermelons.
watermelons. You see?
Yeah. But no, he's here to fight at the end of the day. It'll come and go. So
the public workout doesn't really show much. You know?
What have you been doing different in camp though?
No pads, heavy bag work. A lot of heavy bag, a lot of sparring. So not really the mitts. Old school, Rocky Marciano style. You know what I mean?
Like it. We've been speaking about, Tony Belly said to us a while ago about when he fought him, the mental pressure that he put on him and how draining that was for him. Have you thought about that and how would you deal with that?
I'm quite physically conditioned and mentally conditioned, so hand in hand I should be fine. Big occasion, big pressure. Bellew was at a different stage in his career as well when he took the fight, you know. I'm at a different stage in my career, so what it means to me is different from what it means to Bellew. Bellew put up a really good fight and he comes short at the end of the day, and it happens in boxing. But for me personally, I'm going to try and do everything to reverse what happened to Bellew and make it go in my favour, because I feel like I've got nothing else if I don't get this win. So for me, this is like, it's not the end of the road, it's the start of a new chapter.
How does Rob rate Usyk?
You'd have to ask Rob. I don't want to speak for him, but you'd have to ask Rob. Rob focuses on me, to be fair. That's the truth. Rob's more focused on what my abilities are. There is no opponent. I'm my biggest opponent. If I do what I do, I can do what I need to do against anyone on my day.
We've seen some improvements though, didn't we, in the last couple of fights? Rumi's rematch, we saw the sort of more boxing side to your game. What version do you think we're going to get of you on Saturday night?
I've always been a boxer, always been a boxer fighter, but ultimately there is no real strategy apart from winning. You know where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
I'm in there with a goal in my mind, is to either hurt you or beat you till I get the win. So whether it's like the right hand, whether it's the uppercut, whether it's the jab, whatever the strategy is, as long as it's leading to a win, I could box on the back foot, I could box on the front foot. There's no real like strategy except for winning.
What is the strategy? What is the game plan? Should I ask
Just
you?
to
You're going
win,
to tell me
just to
more?
win. Frankie, what's the game plan, champ?
To win all the time. You need to win, and that's how you succeed.
Simple as, isn't it?
You know, it's going to be in the
You could do my job.
archives. And this young man's all of a sudden going to be stood in this position.
Yeah.
Say, remember when he was stood there, it's a great experience, but it's going to be to let him enjoy the ride.
Yeah, definitely. The next coming champions, Repton. I'm from Finchley. I box amongst all these the youth in my gym. I'm around these kids all the time training, so I know what it means to them as well. So good luck with yourself. Wishing you well, champ.
Brilliant to see. And you'll be there, I imagine, on Saturday night?
Yeah.
Good to see. Best of luck, Anthony. Thank you for talking to us. We'll see you throughout the week. Nice to meet you.
And God bless.
See you later, man.
See you later.
Thank you very much.
That's the best one yet. I love that.